Hey, my name is Brian Nell. I'm a mortgage loan officer with Primis Mortgage. I want to tell you that I absolutely love being a member of the Spread the Positive Network. It's such a great mission and helps bring so much positivity to our community. It's truly be a pleasure to be a part of what they do. There are a lot of ways to navigate financing a home, and in markets like this, having the advice of a trusted local professional is key to making sure you get the right advice for your specific circumstances. Whether you're interested in the purchase of a new home, second home, or have a need for a refinance, I'd love to earn your trust. If I can help you nail your mortgage, call me at 615-243-3976 or visit nailyourmortgage.com.
Primis Mortgage is a subsidiary of Primis Bank, a member FDIC, equal housing opportunity. As always, all loans are subject to approval. Primis Mortgage, NMLS number 1894879.
And welcome back to the Murfreesboro Beercast. I am so excited to be here. We have decided to do this every other week instead of every week, and I hope that you don't mind. And you know what? Here's the thing: if you enjoy it, then we'll do more. We can always do more. We can't undo what we've already done. There's the life lesson, and deep thoughts with Jonathan Harmon. That's right. I was pontificating the other day behind the bar, and I looked around, and there was all these different people at the bar. Some folks that I knew, some folks that I didn't, and it just occurred to me. It just strengthened the fact that beer is community, and communities function better with beer. So anyway, go support your local watering hole. I don't care which one it is. I mean, obviously, I'd love to see it Cedar Glade Brews, but even if it's not us, go join some of these other folks. There's some great things happening at all the breweries here around town, and all the beer joints as well. So we're going to jump right in right now, and with what's brewing, I've got two different updates right now, so we can do the thing. You remember that? Like breaking news type deal? Yeah, there we go. So Middle Ground Brewing, our dear friends across the interstate, they just released a Hellas lager called Live Laugh Lager. That is awesome. I do hope that they make a vinyl cutout of that and put it up on their wall. They definitely need that, or some type of an inspirational picture to go with that. That would be awesome. They released another cold IPA. The first one that they had was called Pecco Cold IPA, and it was awesome. And they released another one called Gentle Ruckus. We did get a chance to taste that in studio. However, you can watch it, you just can't hear it. Technical difficulties, it happens. And coming soon, they've got a Rausch Beer IPA. I am super intrigued to try that and can't wait to see what that is about. Cedar Glade Brews, they are releasing Sweet Relief, which is their kind of summer blonde ale, and pulled a little prank on everybody for about a month, said that they were going to do this Cabbage Patch vegetable beer that had hints of ranch dressing, and thank God that was a joke, and what a relief it was that it was, in fact, Sweet Relief. So there you go. Next, we're going to talk about events, and rather than me go through all, look at this, all of that, we're going to just play that up on the screen, and if you're listening to this on the, in your car or whatever, pull over to the side of the road, look at the video, and jot down any notes that you might have. Please do not look at this while you are driving down the road. So let's roll those slides real quick. The events have happening at the breweries and beer joints here in Murfreesboro.
To get free beer, eh?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the homebrew highlight, and I'm so excited that this week it is live. We don't have the video to watch and all of that stuff, although we did shoot a video with this guy, but since he's here, we figured let's just do it this way instead. And actually, the reality is it wasn't my idea; it was Missy's, and so that's what we're gonna do. So, without further ado, Mr. Christopher Hastings with Dark Humor Brewing, step right up, sir. A fellow bald guy with a beard.
I wore the hat so the light wouldn't, you know, cause of.
Oh, these are special non-reflective
Really?
light.
Well,
No,
I
not
had
really,
those
but
on,
it
so, yeah.
sounded good.
Yeah.
Let's move this around there.
All right.
How about that?
Works for me.
Okay, cool. So I don't even remember all the questions that I asked you in the video, so we're just going to wing it. Tell me about your homebrewing experience. When did you start homebrewing? How long you been doing it? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, 2017, I think.
Nice.
I think we were talking about the story was we hit a couple places here in town. I'm a dark beer drinker, and went to 3 places, couldn't find anything we wanted, and I was like, well, I ought to be able to do this myself. Bought a couple of books, started with the little 1-gallon jug and airlock, and of course oxidized all to hell because I didn't know about oxidation. I hadn't got to that part of the chapter, the part of the book yet.
I hadn't got that far in the book
Oh,
yet.
no, I was supposed to let air touch it. Okay. But yeah, bottled conditioned for a while, and then it was like, well, it doesn't suck, and
Yeah.
I feel like I should go bigger. So yeah, 2017, and of course had a lot of time in 2020 to kind of perfect recipes. So
For sure.
went that route and upgraded.
Did you drink a lot of beer during COVID?
I drank a lot of whiskey, a lot of bourbon. Life was tough at the time. But yeah, I mean, I had switched over to a 5-gallon system before then. So yeah, we had 2 taps at the house, and
That's awesome.
COVID didn't hurt in that aspect. So
For sure. So Dark Humor is you and
well, my wife helps out, Lori, and then Tony Laughlin and I sort of were the 2 that got started. We years 2003, I started working at a residential facility for kids, and it was really bad kids, really offensive kids. And so you have to have a dark sense of humor. And so we would all hang out afterwards and realize that me and Tony's dark sense of humor was way darker than anyone else's. So we got sort of
you were the uncomfortable guys in the room.
we were
huh?
pushed into corners, so we would just hang out with each other. And so once the homebrew, the 1-gallon batches came out pretty good, we're like, well, hell, we probably need to go to some of these beer places, and you know that we're spending all our money at. We should probably just do it for free. And
Yeah.
over a couple of drinks, came up with the name and came up with the idea for the logo.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's awesome. I remember one of the first beer festivals that I went to. So I knew Tony in a kind of in a former life for both of us actually. And I walk up. I'm at this point I'm starting to help Jeremy and Skip with Cedar Glade, and walk up and I'm like, yeah, I know that guy.
I remember that.
And then I drank y'all's beer and I'm like, you guys can make some beer.
we try.
It was fantastic. So you guys do a really good job. So you mentioned dark beer. Is that still kind of your thing? Like, and specifically within that, what's your go-to?
I like an American stout, a dry Irish stout. I don't like a lot of adjuncts in there, but you know, the dark beers are great, oatmeal stouts, coffee stouts, but you know, I love a good lager. I've been doing a lot of those lately.
Dark lagers? Like, are you
I do a Czech lager, and I've got the our Knock Hexen is our Schwartz beer, and so that actually won a gold medal last year.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah, so
delicious.
that was kind of nice. And then the Marzen that I brought,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So I like doing sort of ambers. I'll do a couple of light stuff in the summertime. I've got an American wheat on right now, so yeah, but mostly the dark beers.
Your wheat beer, are you fruiting that? Are you adjuncting that at all? Or
First time ever. So in the past, I would make a wheat beer and just change the hops up. So I did lemon drop last year, and I'm actually doing that one for Shakespeare this year, just to give it a little lemon flavor. But wife loves Tailgate's orange wheat. Let me throw some orange zest in there. Didn't come out at all. Like you get a little bit of an aroma, like maybe there was Pledge over here in the corner. So now it's just it's an American wheat again.
There you go.
Yeah, it was a fruit beer, but
with
now
a little
it's-
citrus in the nose. And
like
that's about
if
it.
somebody whispered orange in the next room. Yeah, that's orange. So yeah.
I love it. And still your favorite beer to drink? Still drinking those dark beers
Again,
as well?
I mean Guinness is just the
Yeah, it's
go-to.
good
I know
stuff.
it's the furthest away from a homebrew, microbrew, but yeah.
But
I mean,
I give Guinness a pass on that.
I would say that.
You know, I mean, with how it formed and like there's just so much folklore and everything else along with
200
it.
plus years, and they'll be there for another 7,000 years.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah,
that
yeah.
lease is. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, all right, so we got Shakespeare coming up here real soon, like real soon, right?
Yeah, May 3rd.
Yeah, May 3rd. What is your favorite event to serve at?
Oh, I love Oakland's.
Do you?
Oakland's
The O-Fest?
Oktoberfest. Yeah, Oktoberfest is where we got started. It was where we sort of decided that we were going to start doing it ourselves after a couple of years of going. So it's nice. I like Oktoberfest. I like Marzen's, Fest beers. Nice time of year.
Yeah.
It's just starting to cool off again from our oppressive summers. So the
Right.
event has been so hot that you can't stand it to where, oh, this is actually kind of pleasant. So
Yeah.
it's always kind of nice.
Well, and it's a beautiful location, and it's a good cause, and they just do a great job with it, and they've kind of got it down. Like
Yeah.
you know exactly what to expect, and it's great.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's coming up on 9/28. So
Oh,
I say
okay.
coming up, but a little
Hey,
bit.
it'll be here for you.
Here's the thing: if you're lagering stuff, you better get it on the calendar.
Actually, that's what May is making the lagers for Oktoberfest. It's
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
you have to think that far out.
For sure. Yeah, it's interesting. All right, so I'll ask one more question about this, and then we're going to taste some beer together. What, as you've gotten into beer, because you and I've talked, and I've listened to you talk with the club and stuff. You're kind of all in on some of this stuff. You nerd out a little bit on some of this.
Yeah.
What is the most interesting thing? Like, go back to when you were just looking for dark beer around to now. What is the most interesting thing that somebody could learn about beer and just be a little bit smarter in general about beer?
Ooh.
Putting you on the spot.
Ooh, that's a tough one. As far as just a tasting note, as just to understand, the hop differences. And I think that was the one thing, because I was really aversive to IPAs and all that. And so, but you start edging into some of these different hops that give you different flavors. I think if you sit down at a bar and you're just getting used to beer, you could start, learning what kind of hops give you certain fruit notes or certain kind of pine notes or certain sort of just the English bittering kind of stuff to it. I think that's a good place for people to start at.
Well, and if you dry hop it, it gives you the aroma, but it doesn't, and like,
Exactly.
what does that
Yeah.
exactly mean? So we see them all the time. It's double dry hopped. Oh, it's going to be super hoppy.
Nope.
Well, it's going to smell really hoppy.
Smell hoppy. It's going to be cloudy as hell, too.
Right,
So,
right,
yeah.
exactly.
But no, I think that, and then, you can really get into a deep dive on malts, and go, oh, what's the difference between two-row and Maris Otter? And that's where you really start really boring people around you going, oh, yeah.
Did they floor malt it, or did they? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. You say it's a Pilsner, but it tastes more like two-row right now.
Yeah.
So, So, yeah, you just get to where you start annoying the people around you. And
Well, and then you cross into snobbery.
And then-
That's really what happened.
I try not to go down that route. I was like, I've learned. There's a good thing. I've seen a lot of people in the bourbon community talk about the best bourbon in the world is the one you like to drink the way you like to drink it. And I'm starting to, understand that with beer. I was like, oh, you like that? Cool.
Awesome.
Cool.
Let's
You
have
like
a beer
that?
together.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, very cool. So I'm gonna go grab some beer for us to taste.
Okay.
And I'd love to get your insights
That
on
sounds
it.
great.
Sound good?
So
All
just
right.
sit here and dance.
You
Okay.
do whatever
All
you
right.
want.
I'm literally on camera.
Just a minute, and let's let that settle.
I mean, good
We're back.
retention.
All right, Christopher, I went and got us pulled this straight off the tank, and we will. I haven't told you what it is yet, so I'm
No.
interested to get your unpolluted, if you will,
Untainted. Just say taint. So
Yeah.
untainted.
yeah.
Yeah.
Keep your tank to yourself, buddy.
Yeah. I
Or
said
maybe
untainted, yeah.
you're telling me keep my tank to myself. But anyway, we're kegging this one out on Wednesday,
Oh, okay.
and
All right.
so it has not been released yet. So cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that is smooth. Not a wheat ale. That head is pillowy. That is nice and smooth. So, actually, I'm going to need like another glass or two. Just letting y'all know.
Can't really tell.
If you want a super
yet.
professional. No, I mean, ale.
Easy drinker. Yep.
It's an ale. Not a crazy hop smack in the face. Is it just is it a
It's
pale
just a
ale?
blonde ale.
It's a blonde ale. Okay.
It's just a blonde. This is
yeah.
our sweet relief.
Beautiful.
We've
Sweet
had this in the past, and
beautiful.
this is the flagship version of it, if you will. This is going to become at least a summer seasonal for us,
Okay.
and we've got can labels already made up. So we're going to keg it out, release it on Wednesday, and we'll can some out in the next week to 10 days. and this will be available for cans. But it's it's easy. Like
you're not going to keep this for long because this
4.9
is,
ABV, so it's not super. You know, you can have 5 or 20 of them.
Yeah.
You know, and be good.
I mean, don't set limits to people. I mean,
That's fair.
Don't set
fair.
limits. Come on.
Yeah,
You can have as many as you want as long as you Uber. So yeah, you're not going to have that long. That's going to be a big seller.
It's a good beer.
Oh man, that's
and
delicious.
you know, our concern is always like if we release 2 beers that are too similar to each other, do they steal from each other?
Sure.
But I think this one is different enough from our Lytle Creek Lager. That lager's a little heavier. It's a little more robust. It's a little more citrus. It's a little, it's just a little more of everything.
Yeah.
And this is very flavorful still, but it's a little light.
Well, there's something to be said. I mean, that's a good porch beer. I think some people call them lawnmower beers, but you know what you have when you're sitting on the porch. You said you could slam a couple of them, or you could just sit with one. Because I mean, that head is staying on there. So,
yeah, it's looking nice.
Yeah,
I'm proud of that. Look at the lacing on that. So, awesome.
Perfect.
Well, you got first taste, buddy.
I like it. Yeah. This comes out Wednesday.
It comes out Wednesday. So, fun fact, Trent, I don't remember when exactly this will air. We're videoing this, but this is actually the answer to our April Fool's thing. I don't know if you saw on our social media. We've been talking about a salad beer. With ranch dressing overtones, and I've been talking about it for a month now. It was called Garden Patch.
I remember seeing something about Garden Patch.
Yeah,
but yeah.
It had rutabaga and kale and carrot and ranch dressing, and April Fools.
April Fools.
What a sweet relief it is.
It's actually a good beer. Oh, it's not a ranch beer. Oh.
So anyway, this is not Cabbage Patch, ladies and gentlemen.
That is not. There's no fooling anyone on that one. That is a drinkable beer. It's delightful. Yeah.
Very good.
And it's patio weather now.
It is patio weather. Hey, it was patio was packed. I drove by Panther, stopped there as well. They were packed on the patio. So man, I just encourage you guys, all 4 of the breweries here in town, Mayday, Panther, Middle Ground, and Cedar Glade, all have nice outdoor spaces. They all utilize those spaces for music, and I think Panther did or is doing this succulent plant thing.
Yeah, they had that the other day, yeah.
Okay, so it's already happened. I know they said that there was like 50 people potting plants. Dude, get out there and go support it. That's in that situation. There's 2 different small businesses right here in Murfreesboro that are cooperating with each other. We have the cutting board thing. Same thing, right? Evans Plant Farm is coming April 6th, and same concept there, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. So. Well, that's it, buddy. Christopher Hastings, Dark Humor Brewing. Appreciate what you do here in the home brewing community and what you do for all the nonprofits that you guys go and serve at.
Yeah, thank you.
See you at Shakespeare. May the 3rd.
May the 3rd.
All right.
Not the 4th.
Cheers. So. Hey, thank you for watching and listening to the Murfreesboro Beercast. Hope you had a good time. Hope you learned a little bit, and I hope that it gave you some ideas of some things you can get out and go do over the next week or so, 2 weeks, I guess, actually. And really enjoyed talking with Christopher Hastings, Dark Humor Brewing, and appreciate him being here on the show. And just always have a great time with those guys. It's cool, again, that beer is community, and community is better with some beer. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, please do that. Please do like and share the podcast. And if you are involved in the beer community and you want to be at this microphone and taste some beer with us and talk about what you got going on here in the beer community in Murfreesboro or the surrounding area, give us a shout. Missy, our producer, will be happy to talk to you about what you can contribute. Otherwise, have a great week. We'll talk to you again in 2 weeks. Thanks for listening. Thank you to our guest and to our fine sponsor, Mr. Brian Nail over at Premise Mortgage. Please go out and support your local brewers.